Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you hit the live button already?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. What's going on, everybody?
Um,
Yep,
Hello,
live,
guys.
12 seconds. Okay. We're on. Now it hits
Okay.
my laptop.
Hi, Rod.
Playing from laptop 0 ARP.
Okay, let me set this down. What's going on,
Oh,
everybody? We're kind of
hi,
unprepared
Mama.
this
Hi,
week.
Buddha. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. Let me turn this. Hold on.
And PNN.
Yeah, they're working. They said they'll
See,
watch it
Emily
later.
said, gonna miss this because I'm at work, but I'm so appreciative of you guys for this weekly stream.
Lala,
Feels like the
Yulaya,
smart
Mui,
community is more
Dragonfly,
essential.
Rod.
Can't wait to watch.
What's going on, everybody?
I'll have to text Emily and tell her um, that I appreciate her comment.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Sorry, guys, we're a little unprepared today. Jules and
Yeah,
I
I
both
just
decided to do our makeup a little too late.
I realized, I put it at 12:30 and Variety's like, "Oh, you put it at 12:30?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, cuz I figured then it would give people time to hop in and chat and, whatever." So then he's like, "Well, okay." And I'm like, "Actually, yeah, F that. I'm getting in the shower."
Yep.
It was like 11:30, I think, 11:40 when I hopped in the shower. I'm like, wow, that's pretty ridiculous. I'm
That's why I
super
included
late.
myself. What's
Oh,
going on, Terrence? What's up, Southwest?
hey, Southwest. Hey, Terrence. Mooey, you made it. Hi, Jackie. Jackie, you don't have a wrench?
Hey, Jackie.
What the crap?
Make sure I didn't
Neither
miss
do
anybody.
you,
Hey,
Dragonfly.
DJ.
I might have to hop off and go on to. Can I do that? Can I hop off and go on to the PP Mass extra channel and do wrenches and then
Yeah, I'll be up
yeah.
here by myself. Yeah, you just hit the StreamYard link and it'll bring you right back
Don't
up.
say it like that.
What?
Yeah,
What did I
I'll be up
say?
here by myself.
Oh, well, that's all right. I'll be all right.
You're entertaining. You'll be good. All right, I
Yeah,
just got.
I'll
Oh,
do
you
a couple
do, Jackie? Why can't I see that? You have a wrench.
because you're on StreamYard. You can only see it if you're on another separate
Oh,
device. I see it on my
yeah.
laptop.
Gotcha. I literally tried to
Dragonfly.
highlight it to see if it would show me if I put it up there, but I guess not.
Yeah,
Thank you, Jackie. Dragonfly, do you have one?
she does.
She does? Okay.
Yeah, I looked at my laptop. Her and Jackie have wrenches. Yeah.
Oh my god, Jackie, I can't stand you. I'm literally like every time I'm like, Sean, let's do a phone call before we go live because I'm like, I need help. What do I do?
We did a phone call and we still didn't get it. We still didn't get it going. Yeah.
I know. I'm like, I need somebody to be on my arse, like this needs to get done. Do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Let's see.
I miss you guys. Um, but yeah, I like even doctor's appointments. It's like ever since my car accident, I honestly I don't remember. Like somebody could be my therapist will be on the phone with me and she'll be like, "Okay, when we get off the phone, call and reschedule the knee appointment so you can go get your stuff done and plan the next surgery, knowing it's important, right?" And I'm like,
Hmm.
"All right, yeah, I'm that's what I'm gonna do the second we hang up." Don't something happen, right? Could be something random, but then I'm easily distracted. I'm now cleaning the house and you know what I'm saying? So, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, 2 weeks later, I'm like, oh shit, I should have scheduled that appointment.
Yep. Well, that happens to all of us.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What's up, Anna? Um.
Hi, Anna. My aha friend's here.
Hmm. I'll just say Anna. Aha. It doesn't.
Hmm. Well, that's what I say because it's like I used to say, oh, is it supposed to be Anna, or is it actually aha? And she told me in one stream, and I was like, I mean, it looks like AHHA. So I was like, I probably won't even remember. I'm just gonna keep saying
Well, it's very unique, I must say that.
It it really is. I
Mm-hmm.
like love the way it's done. I told her
hmm
I genuinely like that because I mean, it's
It,
definitely nobody else has it.
nope, it's unique, just like the other name in chat that I'm not gonna mention uh,
Right.
out loud, but they know who
Yep.
I'm talking about. You know,
That is true. Dawn fell asleep, Lindsay. She's friggin' hilarious.
what's
That's
going
because she
on, Jay?
probably up all night. You know.
Mm, yeah, I saw Spider-Man had a live at 3 a.m. That was very surprising.
Yeah,
You
that's
know, a chit chat live at
crazy.
3 a.m.
Right. Like, who's up?
Mm-hmm.
I would honestly just assume it'd be like Troll Central at that point. You know what I mean?
To each their own. You know, it is what
Right.
it is. You won't catch me doing a scratch off and sports live at that time. You know,
Right.
I
When
need
I
to
would
do
hope
one of
there's no
those.
sports on at 3 a.m.
Yeah, well, that too. Yeah, that too. What's going on, Para? Um, you know, but I need to do one of my streams.
Hey, Jay Tello.
It's been a
Yeah,
minute.
you do. I like when you do the scratch offs. I get
Yeah,
into it. I'm like, I need to know when it's happening because I'll go up and get me $1 scratch ticket.
yeah. It's
I like
it's
usually,
fun. You know,
yeah,
it's
and
fun.
I'll usually pick up like a $10 and a $20. I think I only ever bought a $30 ticket one time, once. Because I'm like, I just don't want to spend that kind of money. And what if I don't fucking make a little more than that back? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, if you're a regular lottery player, you're down and you're down big unless you hit like a
Mhm.
decent jackpot. Um,
Right,
you're down. You know,
right,
I'm a
right.
regular lottery player. So I'm down, but it's the fun, you know. And if along the
Yeah,
way you happen to hit something nice, then good. I've never hit nothing over 500.
right.
Um,
I,
you know, never had a claimer.
no. I was gonna say, I don't think I ever like hit anything more than like 200.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on, Jenny?
Mine
Yeah, I
and
hit 500 like probably 10 times in my life, but never something where I had to go down to the office and file a claim, you know?
right. My friend, he is super into doing scratch tickets. I mean, he will go and, buy a crap ton of like the $20 and the $30, and he'll sit there. I mean, he has made an obscene amount of money. He bought himself a new car. He bought his mom a car. I'm like, how the like Donnie, what the hell are you doing? How do you do this? And can you teach me your ways, master? Like I need
Yeah,
to know. But he's like, it is kind of weird when you go into like the office and stuff, and over a certain amount, they literally make you sit there with them almost like a meeting, sign up. And I'm like, what the hell? But
yeah,
he won like over 10 grand, you know what I mean? So I'm sure it's probably a little different, but I don't know. That's still just weird as hell to me.
yeah,
Hi, Bomb.
yeah. Wishes in the building.
I love you. I'm so excited. So we were literally chatting, and I'm like, I don't have like a specific topic, um, but we were talking about, how things like make you feel when you're being abused. You are genuinely paralyzed. Come on, kitty, out. Sorry, my cat's trying to get in the
Yeah,
room.
yeah,
um but like you're genuinely paralyzed, like actually paralyzed, and you're so emotionally paralyzed it makes you physically paralyzed. um and that is the most scary feeling there is, to
yeah.
be that paralyzed with fear is it's insane. There is literally nothing like it. um
Yeah. That's big.
so
That's
it's
what keeps a lot of people from speaking up. What's going on, Jeff?
right.
Um,
Hi, Jay. Thanks for coming, dude.
what's up, Jay? That's a big one on getting people to speak up and
I-
speak
I'll
out,
get
you
her
know.
one, Jackie.
So
And
so
exactly, I mean, I feel like too, a lot of people say to me, like, I never genuinely spoke on the paralyzing fear that I had while I was being abused. You know, I feel
Yeah,
like it is super hard for people to open up about that, because it's almost like you have to be in that moment. You know what I mean? To
yeah,
really talk about it, you know. Um,
yeah,
but I think we go through other things in life too that give us that same type of paralyzing fear, you know.
yep,
And even if it's like, you know, a really bad dream, or you know what I mean, it could genuinely be anything. Um, but it sucks. It's tough.
yeah.
Not
That's what
easy at
happened to
all.
me my second time. My first time I was abused when I was 6.
Yeah.
And I spoke up about that. And he worked for the postal service. He didn't really like he got arrested, but they really didn't, um, as far as the law part, really not much took place, but he did lose his job with the postal service. And
Oh,
then
good.
my second time was when I was 14. And that time I never spoke up about to anybody. I kept that one to myself.
Yep.
So I'm saying this, for other people to kind of get them to open up about certain things. So it's better to speak up about it. At the time, I didn't. Now, a few people know, but yeah,
Right.
it's a rough subject, absolutely.
Mhm.
For anybody.
And I will never forget how genuinely scared I was when I was in school. When I switched schools to Neshoba Tech, I went to like, you know, you switch classes and stuff, but they have the hallways, you know, you have to go up the stairs and stuff, and the
Hmm.
hallways have doors. So the kid had pushed me up against the brick wall um, by the door, and he put his hands in my pants, and I wanted to be, you know, yell like no, but it was like I was so freaking frozen um
Hmm.
in my head, and it was like not um like I just felt like an outer body experience, almost like your body is numb and tingling because you're like, I'm fucking petrified right now, like genuinely don't understand how to speak, you know. It kind of
Yep,
feels like you literally have lost full control of how to even talk, you know.
absolutely, absolutely. You know, and
Um,
that's why because Jules and I can only speak about so much up here by ourselves. That's why would really like people to either come up or write us your story. We had a little snafu with the Instagram links on the community post. But little by little, we're getting the word out. PNN, thank you PNN for shouting us out on Sunday's
yes,
episode. Big shout
absolutely.
out to PNN. I love them. Um,
Yeah.
very good people. You know, um,
Yeah.
that was good. So,
And Jeff,
um,
that's okay too. Like I said, I that's why I posted this every week as a recovery and survivors stream. You know, you don't have to have been through some type of sexual abuse trauma or domestic abuse trauma. Um, if you are, you know, in recovery or even in active addiction, you know, and looking for people to help guide you in the right direction, you know, or help find you places to go to get clean, or you know, even just to tell you their story about their addiction. And it does help, you know. But this stream is literally for either. I mean, I just wanted to make sure we had a platform in this community to speak on these things, because I feel like realistically they do all tie together, you know. There's a lot of people in recovery for using because they were trying to mask the emotional and physical pain they went through from their abuse or stuff they've seen at their house. You know, maybe your parents went through domestic situations and you had to watch it. Um,
yep, That was me. That was me.
Right.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, and it's traumatized. Like I watched my dad physically pick my mom up by her throat and hold her up against a closet door when I was little. And
Yep.
me and my dad we're tight now. Like he goes to my mom's house. Like we're fine, but I do genuinely think about it. You know,
Yeah. Absolutely.
it's
Yep.
like sometimes I'll, if I could see he's huffing and puffing when him and my mom are talking, I'm like, all right, dad, let's go outside so we can show the boy, because
Yep.
it's like, let me just drag him from the situation. Like, I don't think he would be that person today. They're not even married anymore, but I still have that fear. I don't
Yeah.
think that's going to go away,
Yeah.
and them being civil, I think it makes it hard, but it's good, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. My father was a big drinker. Um, so by 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, he was already way in the bag. Um, would just start
Oh my God, I'm
screaming at the
sorry,
top
Jeff.
of his lungs, all that stuff. You know.
Yeah.
This was back in the 80s. So back then
Mm-hmm.
it was different. Like nowadays, if you hear somebody screaming out their window, it's usually taken care of pretty quickly. But back
Oh,
then, the cops,
absolutely.
it took forever for cops to show up back then, you know,
Yep.
and do anything. But my dad always hated the neighbor Harry, so he would always be yelling out the window, "Fuck you, Harry!" yelling at the top of his lungs, like at 1 o'clock in the
Right.
morning, just yelling at the wind. That's the type of person he was, you know.
Right.
Um, then seeing my mother get beat, a lot and stuff, and she took because we're little kids. There was nothing that we could do, neither. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you were helpless in that situation. You know,
Yep.
so
And that's the other thing that sucks because when you're that little, you genuinely can't do anything. You do feel powerless. It's literally like it has been stripped away from you.
mhm,
And it's terrifying. My one of my good friends, her parents were abusive to each other, and her dad is currently serving a life sentence for killing her mom during an argument. um it just they got heated all the time, and she's like, I mean, I would genuinely lose my breath when I would start hearing them yelling at each other, on the stairs or in the hallway, because it's like I know what's about to happen, like hiding in my room under the bed.
mm,
um Would you say, Para? How about extending the invite to? Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I think family members of survivors could probably get a lot out of these streams as well. I've even been going online and like looking up information for survivors, like different things that people may ask for, like links. So, just so people can either see videos.
mhm.
Dead Twist. Hi, best friend.
Yeah.
But
What's
I
up,
do
Dad?
that because it's like, I think we need those, like we need to have something and someone to always be able to fall back on, because I know for me, like my mom is literally one of my best friends. And thank you so much, Dead Twist. I love you. Um, my mom is literally like one of my best friends, and she is who I run to when I'm like going through it. Um, but I also know when she is overwhelmed, she's got a lot of stuff going on. She could be babysitting, my other nephews or anything, and I will feel bad that I'm going through something and need her. Um, so it's like, well, who do I, who do I talk to now? you know.
Exactly.
Um,
Yep.
so it's, because like a lot of people have said to me, like, oh, what is it? Because like people's family isn't there for them, and I'm like, no, that's not the case at all. But I mean, sometimes you just genuinely have that guilt, and you don't want to put all your weight on one person all the time. You know what I mean? I think it is better for us emotionally also to kind of like spread it out, so
Mm,
it's you don't feel like you have put all of your weight and all of your trauma onto one person. And people don't feel like you're doing that, but I know for me personally, I feel like I'm doing that, so I don't I try to talk to like different people, so I don't feel guilty.
Yeah.
Like when I get into talking about it, sometimes I can, talk forever because I'm like, I want to get it out, I
Hmm.
need to get
Hmm.
it out. But
Absolutely.
um, it's also like, it's scary, you don't know what somebody else has been through, if they're going to even understand where you're coming from, so I just felt like this would be an absolute, like, necessary thing for every aspect of being a survivor or in recovery.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
so yeah, I think that would be a great idea,
Yeah.
to have family, come on here, if they've been had to, watch another family member go through it and they're trying to support them and they, need ideas, suggestions on how they could better support them or make them feel um make them feel more supported even, I think realistically, like, this is something like we could completely build on and is necessary, for this kind of community.
Yeah. We're just getting started. I mean, this is only the second live.
Right.
And eventually, people will come on, and we will get stories to read out. But we're just trying to keep a schedule. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock, and if there's anybody that needs a different day or time, I believe Jules said she's able and willing to do that.
Right.
Um, so just message one of us on Instagram. You know, um, you can message any of us. If I don't know the person, I don't hit. I don't accept requests, but you can message the person and the person and say who you are and this and that. So, um,
Right.
but
Yes, Para, we would do that.
yeah. But like Terrence said, abuse is abuse, no matter if it's emotional, physical, or mental.
Absolutely.
And I've dealt with all three of those. That's for
Yeah.
sure. I used to be so scared, of getting beat by my father that I would purposely wet my bed so I didn't
Right.
have to get out of bed because I knew he was going to be somewhere and he would be raging, even if I was walking around.
Right.
You know.
Right. It's like
So.
now I wet my bed out of fear and now I'm even more scared because I'm gonna get
Hmm.
extra yelled at.
Yep. Yep.
It's scary. And my
And,
ex used to do that to the boys, and they
yep.
literally, I mean, they get up at night. I tell people all the time, like, I don't sleep. Um, and when people think I'm exaggerating, like, no, my youngest literally wakes up 5 different times in the middle of the night. And the last time he always wakes up, it's always like 4 a.m. or something, like awkward, where it's really close to the time I gotta get home.
Right.
So I'm
Exactly.
like,
Yeah.
let me, you're calm now. Let me close my
Right.
for the
Just let me
last
get
like
1 hour.
45 minutes.
Hmm. I
Like
feel
it
you on
took
that.
me 45 minutes. I gotta message my daughter. She was trying to video chat me. She's nuts. I told her I had to stream. She's
I
gonna be
was
like,
there with
what?
my daughter too. Oh, we got an echo now.
Oh yeah, because she when she called, it went off of my thing. I'm
Yeah.
just messaging her back to tell her I'm on the
Take your
live
time.
stream. All right, let's see if we can reconnect this.
Jules Jackie said she wants to see you.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna turn the camera on, honey. I had to fix my hair.
She's still getting ready.
I mean, I still look like a hot mess, but like I don't fully give a shit.
I hear the makeup things. Hold on, I'll wait till the echo goes away. This is bad.
Sorry.
No, no, do what you gotta do. We got time.
Okay. Yeah, I think it echoed because I unplugged had shut off my earbud to respond to Ashley back. All right, what do I need? Nothing else? Good. Okay. Okay. I'm coming out of the bathroom, Jackie, so I can chat and be visible.
Yeah. But I hear the the makeup things clicking and clapping. You know, when you open and close them.
Yep. That's because she thought my phone got shut off this morning, right? I didn't get a notification that, like, my minutes were, or my data was ending, and time to put your friggin' thing on. So usually, because I have Straight Talk, usually it will say, you have 7 days or whatever. I didn't get a notification. So this morning I get up. I didn't, I was using Wi-Fi, on YouTube. I didn't think anything of it. And then all of a sudden I went outside to bring the kids to the bus. And I'm like, why can't I watch my video? Like, I don't, what the hell happened? So it was really weird. But then I was like, well, I guess that's why, because I don't have freaking, minutes on my phone. I got to go inside and pay it, because couldn't pay it even outside because I didn't have Wi-Fi.
Oh boy.
Oh, that would be awesome. I would love
I
that.
I remember those days back in the early 2000s when you had to top up your data.
Yes. Yeah.
Are you still on the thing?
Yeah, I
Oh,
told her, I said, my phone is back on. And she's like, okay.
do
She's
you
like,
hear yourself echo or no?
no, like it's just loud because it's like on the
Oh,
speaker. You know what I mean? It's almost like
yeah.
speakerphone, whatever.
I
So I'm
guess
trying to
because that's
reconnect
what's
it to
supposed
my.
to.
I'm trying to reconnect it to my Bluetooth. I might have to exit off and come back on and see if it will come back on.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
Let me
that.
look through some of the comments. Let's see.
Okay. And I'm gonna exit off and come back on.
Absolutely. Let's see.
Okay.
Tell them the story of why he's like that. It shows no issue, right? Because it's heartbreaking. Sorry, guys. I'm just looking through the comments. But everybody has very good ideas here. Lala, welcome back. Yeah. So, oh, I put that one up by mistake. My finger hit it. My bad. So we're basically, when I'm a single up here, it's pictures. Okay, there we go. We're basically sticking to a schedule. So right now, obviously, we don't have much to talk about because, like I said, Jules and I can only say so much. But it would be great if and when others, share their stories or a story that they know of, just to bring more awareness to the issues. Whether it's something to do with addiction, abuse of any sort, physical, mental, sexual, any of them.
It's still
Hey.
it's still on the speaker. Like, I don't understand how to take it off.
Oh, I don't hear an echo though.
You don't?
No.
Okay. Well, then I'll leave it.
Yep.
I when I got off, I swiped the entire app away or whatever, or the stream away, and then I tried to disconnect and reconnect my earbuds, but
yeah, that's what we're trying for, Terrence. We're trying to get people to come on.
yeah, and that was the original goal to begin with, Terrence, was having other survivors or people in recovery, or even in active addiction, just trying to get them to come on and talk, and because not only does it help us, but it genuinely helps other people majorly.
Yeah.
I will never forget the first time I heard a story, and I I think I was in Hart House in Tewksbury, I think. But anyways, they make you do a Friday night meeting, you know, every single week you had to go to a meeting. And they held it in the building. It was down in like the kitchen or whatever. So you know, the first time I got there, I think I was like there for 2 weeks. They didn't make me go the first week, but the next week they're like, yeah, you have to go. And this woman told her story, and she used to be a heroin addict, and she had a 2-year-old daughter, you know, that was living with her. You know, she went through abuse with her ex and everything. And she said she started using needles and stuff like that, and she was afraid her daughter would pick them up, so she started storing them in water bottles, like
Yeah.
Dasani water bottles, she said. And she said one time she forgot to put the cap on, and her daughter drank it, and the water with the needles in it, and she overdosed and died. So it's like, you know, I was like, damn, you know, that was insane, you know, emotional for me. And so it made me want to talk, you know. I'm like thinking about how many other people with little kids may do that, you know, and don't think about that stuff, but that is an absolute possibility that your kid may walk by, and I mean, if they're 2, they don't know. They're just like, oh, this is a water bottle, you know what I mean? So they, you know, will drink it, you know. You just, so yeah, I mean, that stuff definitely, I feel like certain people's stories will hit you different. It will resonate with you in a certain way, and kind of like help you to want to open up, you know.
Did you post the link in the chat, Jules?
Nope, I'm about to right now.
Oh, okay.
Right now. Let's see, guest. Okay, invite a guest. Oh, I'm like ridiculous because I already copied this. I already copied it to my clipboard. There's the link, you guys, if anybody wants to come up and chat, have a chat. Or like, you know, you don't even have to really even start off by telling your story if you don't, you know, if you don't want to. Just if your day's been, you know, good or crappy. And yeah, exactly, Jackie. It's heartbreaking. Absolutely ridiculous. It sucks for sure. And it's hard too, because to be honest,
absolutely,
when you're like that, you don't think about that stuff either. That's not, you know what I'm saying? Like your brain don't process like that. Like I was telling Jenny T before that when I was using, I was a productive like person still. You know what I mean? I was able to take care of the kids. It was only when I got really, really bad.
Me too, yeah.
You know?
Me too. You know, I didn't leave stuff around. I was very careful about that type of stuff. Didn't do it around my daughter, you know. You know, well, I mean, I did, but not like in close proximity, but you know, stuff like that. But I mean, she was 6 when I got clean, you know what I'm saying? So, but she always had it made, always, like even during my addiction, you know, she was always taken care of. You know, there was never any negligence type of stuff. She was always spoiled. So, and she
really?
still is to this day. Yeah. You know, because her mom's really good. You know what I'm saying? And I've always been really good too. I was able to maintain that, which was good. So.
And it is. I mean, you know, like I would genuinely like go into the bathroom, do my thing, come out, and like I'd be messed up enough that like my mental status wasn't bothering me, or whatever shit I had going on, it wasn't a thing. But I was able to play with the kids, and you know what I'm saying? So I was absolutely a functioning addict at one point. Yay. We got someone to come on here.
Yeah, I
Yo,
what's
goody?
up,
What's goody? What's goody, yo?
Hiya,
what's going on?
fam.
Oh shit, almost fell.
Oh, don't do that.
Oh shit, I can't even chat. But yo, what's
Mm,
good, y'all?
what's going on?
Nana, how's it
Yo,
going?
the first guy flaked.
Did he?
Yeah, and
That'll happen.
so I'm waiting for this. The second guy is the guy I really want, though. So
I was gonna say he's the really gross
yeah,
one.
this guy's been talking to multiple of my decoys for the past like year and a half. So
Oh my
I just
god.
always get blocked or banned and I never got to catch him. So
Yeah. I
today
was
should
gonna
be the
say
day.
Yeah,
that would be friggin' awesome.
absolutely.
Yeah, but I
I
just
did
want to come on
remember
and
you
say
said
hey.
you talked to him for a long time,
Hey,
but
I
I didn't know how
appreciate you
long.
too sharing your story and stuff, variety, man.
Yeah,
Respect, man.
absolutely,
And I
no
hope
doubt.
others, man, just encourages others to come and talk and just, open up, guys. You don't need to be holding shit in, man. There's a lot of good people out there that, are all
Mm,
ears and we're here to listen. So,
Right. And that's what
cool.
I was saying is we're trying to be able to tackle every aspect of this community. You know what I mean? Like we have catchers and now we have people who are willing to help take the weight off your shoulders and help you carry your burden of that
and
trauma.
and another thing is like we're not here to judge anybody.
No,
So, we're all human. We all make mistakes. So,
exactly.
no one's here to judge anybody too. So,
Very
Yep.
but
true.
hey, everyone be safe out there. I love you
All right.
guys.
Absolutely.
And
Yep.
Love you, Jay.
hopefully I'll be live in like probably 30 minutes.
All right. We'll see you in a bit, bro.
Watch yourself.
Yeah, be
Bye.
safe.
Love you. He cracks me up.
So we'll go for 2 out of 3 instead of 3 of 3.
Right.
Um, it
Okay,
happens.
Lala, thank you for coming while you could, honey. I hope you have a good day at work. Let's see.
Thanks. It works, Johnny. Guys, have a great day. Yep. Take care,
Sure.
Lala. We'll see you later. Yep.
Hey, Laya. Thanks for coming, dear. Oh yeah, I'm gonna repost the link. Um, if I can. Okay, maybe I can. I'm like, if I can. But yeah, so like I said, if any of you guys wanna, come up and vent or chat or whatever,
Hmm.
you may even get comfortable enough while you're just shooting the shit that would be mid conversation. You may want to say something that you've been wanting to say,
Yeah.
I know I'm a stuffer. Um, and I think, most people know what that is, but everything that happens to me that is traumatic, I just stuff it. I don't deal with it. I have a problem with not facing it head on, that I'm like get too emotional about it, so I just stuff it. And I did that my entire life.
Hmm.
But once I got clean, it was kind of like, I had word vomit. I got very blunt. I didn't care what I was saying and to who, and it was just the truth. Like, my friends Wanda would be like, "Damn, bitch, if you ever want to know what's up for real, you just need to ask Julie. She'll tell you. She don't give a shit."
Hmm.
But it's
Right.
like, it's not to be mean. I mean, I feel like now that I'm clean, I'm like, I would much rather be honest. Like, because at the
Yeah.
end of the day, I mean, I'm not going to be able, my mind is like going. So I would never
Mhm.
remember the lie I freaking told.
You break out of your shell. That's what happened. You broke out of your shell. Being
Yeah.
up here is not as scary as people think it is. You know what I'm
No,
saying? Like
it's not.
it's
It's very
especially if
chill.
you're not on camera. If you're not on camera, it's pretty much a walk in the park.
Yep.
Um, you know, so and once you
Yeah,
do it, you get used to it.
that's the biggest thing too. I think a lot of people get nervous because they think they have to be on camera, you know,
Hmm.
and you don't. Somebody last week asked me, like, could they write me their story on paper and send it to me? And that's what the Instagram links were supposed to be for, but apparently, I didn't do it properly, so it didn't show up immediately. So I just redid it. What, yesterday? Was it,
Yeah.
Variety? I think, yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um, so it was kind of like bad timing, but that is always an option. You can absolutely, write your story and send it in. And we can read it and it could be anonymous, it doesn't have to be um I can prop up my phone so I don't have to hold it and I can read comments too.
Everybody has a story. you know,
Absolutely.
they
And
all
like I
do.
said, they can stay anonymous. We don't need to put your name out there. Like, it is your story to tell when you're ready, and as much as you want to tell. So,
Mhm.
whether you don't want to be visible or you do, that's completely up to you.
Mhm.
You get to make those decisions now. But thankfully, so it does help. I mean, that was like my thing too at first. I'm like, I don't want to be on camera. Like, people knew what I looked like, but it's it was nerve wracking. I convinced myself, like psyched myself out of it the first time. Like, I'm gonna freeze up. It's but after a while, I'm like, well, whatever. You know, it's
Yep.
really not that big of a deal. It was fine. Oh, let me read
Yep.
that comment. Oh, it was you, Jeff? Okay. Oh, I apologize, honey. I didn't know you weren't on Instagram. I mean, you can, um, I don't know if you have Facebook or Discord. You could send it to me that way.
Yeah.
I
Some
can-
people don't have social media platforms. Like in a chat the other day, I seen John had wrote that he don't have Instagram, and I would totally make an account for him, like I did for Southwest, just so people can message you. You don't have to go on and watch Instagram reels or post yourself twerking or nothing like that. You can just use it for messaging. So that's what
Right.
I had done for Southwest. I got him up and running, and people can message him. So if anybody needs an account made, I mean, it's simple to do yourself, but I'd be more than happy to do it. I'll create it, and then you can go in and
Right.
change.
And I mean, you can, hey, Terrence, you
Usual
can
thing already.
always,
What's going on, Terrence?
And not much.
All
even
right.
like, I can give my backup number, like if that needs to be like an absolute thing. Because I want to help everybody so bad. You know what I mean? I will absolutely give out my backup number. If you don't have any social media, like this portion of it to me is super important. Um, to focus on your mental health and the emotional piece of it and trying to get out of your head, and just allowing other people to help you heal, guide you in the
Mm-hmm.
right direction, without feeling ashamed to ask a question or embarrassed to say anything. Like, we've literally all been through certain shit. And I mean, it may not be the same thing that you have been through, but if we work together as a team, we sure as shit can figure it out and help find you a way to, fix it, make it better, or, help you get to the direction you need to be able to
Mm-hmm.
heal.
Yep. Like Terrence is up here now. He's just on audio right now. So
Mhm.
you don't even have to say who you are in the chat or the community neither. You can just be an anonymous voice speaking. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? Because your story will help the next person, and the next person's story will help the next person. That's
Right.
that's our goal here.
Yep.
So, you know, just wanted to throw that in there. So
Yeah.
how's your day going today, Terrence? You doing all right?
I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking, Freddie. How are things with you?
I'm still alive. I can't complain, that's
Oh,
pretty much
it
it.
just takes one day at a time,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's part of
Yep.
life,
I
Yep.
literally say that all the time. I am like, one day at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 minute at a time. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I
Yeah.
get pretty overwhelmed. Both my boys, like I said, they have child PTSD, and they're both have severe ADHD. So, I don't get a calm moment at all. Like, I'm not lying. They're 6 and 7, and I cannot pee in peace without the door being kicked at. The boys are like beating each other up. Dinner usually takes me about 4 hours to freaking get done because it's mom, I need mom, or they're bouncing around beating each other up.
Uh-huh.
Um, so it gets overwhelming, and admittedly there has been times where I'm like, well, shit, like maybe if I was doing this or if I had a drink or something, and alcohol was never my thing, but I get to that's the addiction speaking, like, oh, you'll feel better if you take a shot. Um, so it's, I mean, I feel like that's the other part of this being every week too. Because we can all go through stuff and just need to get it out that week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's to
So,
keep it's to keep the subject relevant, not ourselves relevant. You know what I'm saying? That's why we're sticking to the same day and time every week.
yeah.
Um, rather than just pop-ups. But
Hi,
Jules
I'm
said
them.
she would change it if need be. If somebody has a thing. So
Yeah, and that's not a problem. I mean, if they're, you're like, oh, I want to tell my story, but I'm not going to be able to do it on Wednesday at 1. Yeah, we can absolutely work it out. And, I only said after school, when I get the kids off the bus, that tends to be pretty hectic. Because, it's loud and chaotic in my house.
I can attest to that. I've been with Jules on the phone quite a few times, and the boys want something every 2 minutes.
Yep,
So I
yep.
can attest
Right,
to
yeah.
that. She ain't kidding about that.
Right. So we have somebody in the back. I don't know if it's gonna let me enter him in because I have like the free, what's it called? Stream
Yeah,
yard.
yeah, you should be good. You have six people. That's Jeff, I believe.
Okay. So what do I, because I'm keep clicking on his name, but it's not letting him in. It just
Let me
says
try.
edit name, kick from studio or ban from studio.
Let me go on to it.
That's so weird.
I think you have like up to 6 people on, I think.
Yeah, that's what it says. It
Yeah,
says you can have 6 people on a screen at once. Upgrade if you need more.
yeah. I'm getting the same thing. It says edit name and kick from studio. That's strange.
That is so weird. Let me see here. Hold on, honey, 'cause I'm gonna try to figure this out here. Okay, let's try layouts, maybe. Nope. Guests. Okay. Nope. How do we do this? Let's see. This video, audio. Hmm. I like don't even know what to go into
It's
to like.
it's no, you're not doing anything wrong. It's should let you let them up. Like my StreamYard is the paid one, so I can have 10. So, but I also use the free version myself, and I've never had a problem with eight or more than three. Let
Right.
Ronnie,
me
can you do it on your end, or
huh?
can you do it on your end?
No, I can only do what Jules is doing. If we were on my StreamYard, it would be different, but we're on Jules's StreamYard right now.
Let me see if hold on, let me see. There's a section that says brand and then there's like a whole bunch of different things I could click into. So I'm gonna look at them and see what all of
Yeah,
it is and what it's
the
for.
banners and the banners and brand is something totally different. That's where you could put an overlay on the screen
Yep.
or have something scroll across it. But let me see, guess. Oh, he fell down anyways right now.
Okay.
Sorry, Jeff. We'll get you up here. We'll get
Yep.
you up here.
Let's see.
Let me fix this layout.
Yeah, because I looked for layout, see if it would change so that it showed 6. Because I think one time I did this, I don't know, I think when Dawn was on or something, maybe.
It
I don't
automatically
remember.
does it. It
Yeah, like
automatically will change it.
it showed me like different, there was like 6 spots I could do, but
Yeah,
this is so
that's
weird.
strange.
Yep.
Hmm.
Um mhm.
I just changed it to what we're looking at now, so we weren't just three side by side. So,
Right.
yeah, I just switched it up now. But the adding them is totally separate. So I don't know why it's not saying add to stream. I've never seen that.
Yeah, that is so weird.
Hmm. And now with them not backstage anymore, it's even tougher because we can't whatchamacallit.
Like I don't know if that's something I should have like the layout if I should have fixed it before, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Jackie. She was saying, "Me too, variety on the phone. It's funny as hell with Julie. She must be meaning when the kids are home.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You got that right.
Yeah. It's
That's for
like
sure.
I can't pay
Yeah.
attention to the conversation.
Like the banners is just, to put stuff on the screen, and then like the brand you could switch. Well, obviously this one you can only do the duck, and then you could do like the 30. You could do stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the letting people on and off is one thing. It's its own thing, and that's very odd. I don't know.
Yeah, it is. Yes, Dawn said that to me. I'm so grateful that, she wants to do a part two. She told me that. Um, and she was like, I'm really only gonna do it with you, because I trust you. So I was like, Absolutely,
Absolutely.
Um,
Yep.
let's
Well, I
see.
want to thank you guys for doing this.
Thank you
Thank you for
for,
coming
yeah,
on.
absolutely.
And I
Yep.
go on and on,
Yeah.
But no, but seriously, this is this is better than therapy in a way.
I think it is because it makes it like you're able to just conversate as you feel. It's not, you don't have a therapist behind you going, and how did that make you feel? Or, it's like, I don't know, like stressed out, you
Yeah.
know? Um, it's like sometimes when you're, talking about shit, it's like you just want to say what you got to say, and
Mhm.
that's it.
Yeah, I
You
never
know?
did trust therapists.
Right. I have seen one, oh my God, since I was 16, and I've had the same one for the last like 6 years, and I adore her. Um, and she's very laid back, like not like my first therapist. She just seemed very like stuck up, like had that better than attitude type situation going on, and I'm like, no, like I'm not venting my shit to you for you to judge me. Like, I'm sorry, I don't have the white picket fence like you do, like you know. Um, but this therapist she is just amazing. She doesn't force the stories out, or she's just laid back. I think you literally have to find the right one. It's not easy, depending on what you've been through.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Therapists can be very sus, like look at T-Koy, she's talking to that guy. That's a
Yeah,
psychiatrist over there. I can't wait till he's caught,
no, me either.
That's gonna be an interesting encounter, you know.
yeah, and the therapist I went to go see many years ago, he turned out to be a criminal too.
Oh wow.
That's so
So
nuts.
Mm-hmm.
it's just I just don't trust them.
Yeah.
No,
You know,
it's hard
sure
to.
there might be a few good ones out there, but they're very hard to find.
Yep,
That's true. That's
they
true.
are. Few and far between for sure.
Yeah.
You
What's
know.
going on, Selena? Welcome. Yeah. So I prefer something like this, over going to it. Plus, you're not spending hundreds of dollars doing this,
Yeah.
So that's
Um,
true. And then
big
plus all the medication,
that too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
the unnecessary medication that they put you on.
Yep.
Yeah. And it does get annoying, especially when, like, I mean, I genuinely got to a point where I felt almost defeated. I tried so many medications, and I mean, it got me nowhere, really. Um, and it was like, not to be an ass, but I'm telling the therapist, I'm like, I don't, I feel no difference. And, oh, well, you got to give it the full 6 weeks. And I'm like, I've genuinely given it 6 weeks. Then it's like if nothing changes, because I'm like, I need to see some some change ASAP. I need help ASAP. So I'm not trying to wait around like 6 months and a year to feel better or to help. So
Yeah.
but you get completely discouraged. You go through so many medications, and none of them work, and
Or they
trying
make
to
it worse.
combo. Yeah. Yeah.
Jeff's backstage again, but it's not letting me let him in again. Same thing's happening.
What the hell is going on?
That's strange.
That is.
Maybe next week we'll use my StreamYard, just
Yeah.
in case.
Like it let me do it before, you know what I mean? So that's
Yeah,
weird.
it is.
Well, here, let me see. If I can go off and let him come up here. and chat, you know.
Well, you know what? I could bounce off and let Jeff come on.
I
If
mean, if
it'll
you want,
even let
yeah,
him up, you
yeah, I was
know?
gonna say if you want to do that, and then when he gets off, you can come back on and we can chat if you want to do that.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for coming up, Terrence.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank
Thank you,
you, guys.
honey.
Oh, Jeff went away.
Yeah, I saw.
Oh
Jeff,
boy.
if you can hear us, you can come back up. Terrence hopped out, so you can get back in here. I meant so you can get in here. And see the layout is different. Like last time it showed me, like you could choose the layout for 6 people, and that was the only time I was able to let more people on is when I changed the layout.
I've
Like it was,
never seen that. I just keep adding them and it'll change it as per how many people you have up.
yeah,
And then when you have 4, it'll do the 4 boxes. And then once everybody's up, then you could switch it also differently. But yeah, Jeff,
right.
definitely try to come up. It tells me my mic is blocked. I have tried, but it tells me my mic is blocked.
I can hear
Oh,
you.
yeah. No, that's what Jeff's saying. Yeah, you got to hit before you, because unless you do it right the first time when you're trying to go through it, and you got to allow access the first time. You know,
Right.
if you hit no, don't allow access, I think that the next time you try to do it, it's going to give you a problem as well.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I think.
We'll have to like get on the phone when the kids are in school tomorrow or whatever, and like kind of run through. Maybe we can get on StreamYards like through the this channel and see if we can change the layout, you know, just
Well, I'll
being
send you
on.
I'll send you an invite from my StreamYard because I gave it to Southwest to use, but he's not even using it. So
Yeah,
I'll take him off the admin seat for that right now, and
right.
then I'll send the email to you like you did for me.
Yeah,
Um, and then we can have up to 10 people, and it shouldn't give us an issue. It shouldn't be
right.
giving us an issue right now. You should have 6. That's
Yeah, it
never seen
definitely
that.
shouldn't because like I said, I have had other people on here before.
Yeah,
Um, so that's just weird.
absolutely. But hey,
Um,
listen, thank you everybody that's trying, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we
you know,
appreciate that.
absolutely appreciate it for sure. Like,
Mhm.
you guys are awesome.
Mhm.
And especially because it's like, it's not easy. You know what I mean? It is not easy to get up here and, you know, even if you're just chatting, it can be hard. But I feel like the more you do it, the more comfortable you get, and the easier it is. And it absolutely takes a lot of weight off of you. Um, I honestly never felt so much relief as I did after getting on a stream and venting out, you know, like just um
Yep.
it's not it's like I don't know, like a sense of calmness, like peace kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep. Because there's very few people that you know you can talk to. Like there's a select 3 people that I talk to. Jules
Yeah.
is one, and then the other 2 will remain nameless. But you know I can message them anytime, and they
Right.
can message me anytime. Usually I don't message first for the most part. Like I'll let somebody hit me up because I don't want to be a bother to anybody.
Right.
You know, but it's just about having closeness. You know, because a lot of we're all not just screen names. There's somebody behind that keyboard typing. You know, some of them
Absolutely.
are trolls, but everybody's a human being here. You know,
Yeah.
and everybody has a story, and a different story. So
Right.
yeah, White Guy Wednesday will be next week. Nate put that in the Discord.
I
Um,
know. I had to
yeah.
correct him because he said next white guy Wednesday, 4/16 or whatever. And I was like, I said, what? I'm like, oh, because he said due to traveling or whatever. And I'm like, did you actually mean in April or you mean like next week? And he was like, LOL, I
Yep.
fixed it.
April. That would have been
Mhm.
crazy.
I'm like, people would have been really ticked off.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm reading your comment now, Eminem. Basically, I'm facing home.
Yeah, we look forward to that.
I'm disabled. Where to go? get anyone to help me. So Eminem, I mean, we can always like go online and look. Oh, hey, Vita Loca. We can always go online and like look for different like places that you can apply to move into. If you tell them your situation too, it bumps you up. I do
Right.
know a lot of stuff about that. I helped a couple of friends actually get into an apartment really fast.
Yeah.
You know, so don't hesitate to message me, you know, and we can sit and, you know, Google some stuff and
Yeah. No
right.
matter
Well,
what state you're in. Yep.
so yeah, and exactly. So they have low income even for that. And I'm like, when I moved here to my apartment, I moved on like a domestic situation, right? So it bumped me up because the kids were being abused as I was, you know. So that bumped me up. They told me at first it was going to be a 3-year wait list to get in here. And my therapist and the kids' therapist and the DCF workers like not going to happen. Like she needs to get in there now, especially if, you know, she's keeping the kids. So, you know, um, I don't understand. See, there's not another person up here and it still won't let me let Jeff
It's
in.
it's something to do with him now. Now we know that.
Yeah, that's so weird. But so when you apply at a low income place or a like subsidized, my Section 8 workers, a lot of them don't, unfortunately. I've heard so many people saying that, especially lately, that their Section 8 worker just isn't helping them. Which sucks because it's like, I mean, now what? You know what I mean? You're not gonna. They're supposed to be like a case manager, help you. You
Well,
know?
if you're a guy though, it's different. When you're a
Yeah.
female and a female with children, that's a totally different story. But is Eminem a man or a woman that may have kids? That could play into it as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, she's a female. I
okay,
don't know. I don't remember if she said she has kids, but I know she's
good,
disabled. So like she would absolutely get bumped up because they're not gonna just let a disabled person stay on the street, you know. Um,
absolutely, yeah.
but you do gotta, I mean, not for nothing, when you go to certain places, you need to play it up. Like, you know, what am I supposed to do? You know, like let them know how you're feeling. Am I supposed to live on the streets now? Like I'm disabled. You know, um, because sometimes they see past that, you know, they almost void it out, you know, because they're not the ones dealing with it. They don't, I mean, realistically, they don't give a shit. They don't care, you know. Because they know they got a place to go home to, you know. Um, but they do have, you know, they do have help. Let's just not worry. It says again, blocked on my end. Huh? It doesn't. So in my thing, it doesn't have anybody blocked on my thing.
Hmm.
Where did I see that thing that says blocked? I think it was in this more button. Settings, guests. So it says under banned guests, it says no banned guests. Like
Mm,
nobody's on it.
that's strange.
So
That's
I don't know
strange.
why it's blocked on your end, honey. I have no idea. Maybe I can re-put in a new link. I don't know if that will help. Maybe I'll Google like why would it not let on? I don't know.
Usually in the past, like if somebody tried to come up and you hit kick from studio, after that moment they have to be authenticated to come back up. But
Right.
that's never been the case on here on your channel, so it's
No,
very
I don't. I
strange.
never. Yeah, because I never let him on here before.
Yeah. Hey, what's
Um.
going on, Steffi? Predator Poachers Archive. Um,
Hey,
Scotty,
PPA.
Scotty Pippen. Just had a few names out that I didn't see. Spiritual Awakening.
Let me see a question what this is. Okay. Require all your guests to authenticate
with YouTube or Facebook, this is required if you want the ability to ban guests from your studio. And I don't have that checked off, so I don't know what the hell that is.
Yeah.
Okay, the sound thing plays a ding when guests enter the studio. I don't understand. This is so weird.
Hmm.
Like, I've literally never had to deal with this crap at all before.
This is a 1 week try. Next week, we can try using my StreamYard and see if it's any different.
Right.
But
This
this shouldn't
doesn't
be a problem.
guest screens are never. I'm gonna click this off and see what happens. Automatically shift videos up to avoid covering guests in certain layouts. What? Automatically shift videos up to avoid covering guests in certain layouts. I don't know, but we'll just undo that. I don't know what that even is.
Hmm.
I'm like, I don't even know.
Yeah,
Like,
we find.
I'm new to all this too, Jeff. So like, I don't understand why any of that would even be a thing.
Hmm.
Um, and Jay's only gone live on here, I think, I don't know, probably like 3 times.
Yeah, I think
Um,
it's an issue on his end.
yeah, it's gotta be because it would show if he was banned on my thing under banned, but it doesn't
Yeah,
say it at all. You know.
it just sucks that we got somebody that's willing to come up and we can't bring them up. We will at some point. Absolutely, but today it's given a problem.
Right.
You know. So hopefully everybody's having a good week so far. It's Wednesday. It's hump day.
Right.
Yeah.
Finally, the end of the week is almost here, guys.
Yeah. Super Bowl's coming up this weekend. I'm looking forward to that. I'm going with the Rams. I cannot see the Bengals beating the Rams. You know.
I can't either, to be honest.
Yeah. The Rams defense is just too much for the Bengals, and I don't think the Bengals are going to have enough to put up, enough points to, they got the Rams favored by 4. And the
Oh
Rams
yeah.
are home. They're playing at SoFi Stadium, so it's rare that you get a home game in the Super Bowl, but the Rams do. So
They're probably like, yeah.
right, they don't have to travel anywhere because normally they go for 2 weeks to like Miami or something,
Yeah.
and they're just hanging
Terrence,
out. So
Valentine's Day has literally gotten to the point for me that it's like just another day. I take and do something special for my boys. Like we bake cookies or whatever together, and then, we watch the cute little Disney movies, and the boys genuinely hate it, but I'm like, we're gonna love each other. Lay down.
right, there you go. I give my daughter flowers. I just give my daughter a bouquet of flowers. She'll be 17 in March, so she's not, young anymore. So
Right. My daughters are 22 and 23, and my oldest, my 23-year-old, she's married, and so she's like, well, at least I never have to worry about a Valentine, although I did tell him, don't buy me anything for Valentine's Day. I'm like, you're insane. Like, hey, you guys can just, sit somewhere and just, have a calm inside night. Like, I never got that. Like, why? I don't know. Get all dressed up and go out on Valentine's Day. Mad people are out. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's just chaos for me. I'd much rather like, let's get some Chinese food. Get me
that's
a
what
little
I'm
bit of
saying.
chocolate,
Yeah.
I don't need expensive jewelry or nothing. I just give me some chocolates and some cuddles. Be good
Some
to the
net
kids, kind of take that weight off me a little bit. I'll be cool. That's a good gift for me.
some Netflix and chill, and you're good to
Right.
go. That's all. I like it simple myself. Just stay in. Going out it's overrated.
Right. I'm reading your message right now, Scotty. Hold on, honey.
Give me 1 second.
So Scotty, you can like hold on, I'm sorry. I'm reading PPA's comment. I came off my subs I wanted to. But it's, hard to, um, it's hard to come off your medication, big time. I gotta scroll up and see what your first comment was, Scotty. Um, oh, okay. So you're all right. Off topic. I've quit Suboxone for 3 months. Mentally, I'm broken. Um. So when you're getting off of that, it's scary. First of all, that's the biggest thing is it is scary because now, like, let's be honest, we've replaced what we've done before our habit, and now using a different habit. Every morning you're getting up, you're putting the strip under your tongue and then handling your business, or whatever. So that is part of your routine, you know what I mean? So there is a huge mental piece when it comes to getting off of your Suboxone or methadone. I tapered off of methadone. I did that very successfully, actually. I did 1 milligram every week, and I was only on 45 milligrams. I was afraid to go up because I didn't want to, start feeling some type of way. And then, it made me want to use, I was committed to getting clean. So I only was on 45 milligrams. So I went down one every Friday. I did it. So on the weekends, I'm at home. You know what I mean? I'm not up getting the kids ready for school. The worst days are the first 2-3 days, when you're weaning off of stuff. So I chose to do the weekend. Like, I mean, I sat down and I made a full on plan of like, how am I going to go about this? What is realistic, and what my options were. It does get mentally exhausting. I feel like, because you're like, well, now what do I have? It sounds stupid. People literally think I sound ridiculous when I say that, but like, when you come off of it, it's like, what do I have now? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
using. I'm now not on my Suboxone.
Subs are nasty. Yeah, subs are
Yeah,
very nasty to
and
get
it
off of.
sucks. Like, I mean, I take my subs. I'm coming off of them now myself. I told them I'm ready. I need to be done. Um, I'm just like, I'm tired of like the routine that I have to get up still in the morning and worry about hurrying up and getting out one of my strips to, take that while I'm trying to get the boys situated for school,
Yep.
I'm just like, I'm over it. I'm ready. But I do know mentally, it's already hitting me. It's like, wow, like, what am I going to do in the morning when I'm going to change my routine? And you think in your head, oh, I'm going to change my routine drastically now. But think of how much time it takes, to take that sub in the morning, not long. You don't really have to rearrange your day, but, um, my old addiction therapist, she used to tell me that she would suggest to people to, take your daily vitamins at the same time you used to take your Suboxone or your methadone, right? Because now that habit is, I mean, you're taking vitamins anyway, you know what I'm saying? It's not like you're,
Yeah.
doing something bad for your body. You're just replacing the habit, the routine of doing it.
Yeah.
It does help. I did that while I was coming off the methadone, and I tell you what, like, I was so in my head before,
Mhm.
and like the restless legs, like, you still feel all that. And I'm like, I withdrew in jail. That shit was not fun, you know. But being at home, I was no more comfortable withdrawing at home than I was in jail. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They give you what they call comfort meds, but it's not fucking comfort meds. It's
Subs
like,
is hard. It's very hard. The
yeah,
weaning part while you're taking it isn't so hard, but when you jump,
yeah,
even at a quarter of a strip or a pill if you're taking the pills,
mm-hmm,
it's when your body doesn't have and the half life of it of being 36 hours or whatnot.
Right.
You still will feel, your body hurting after 8 hours,
Right.
or 10 hours. But it's, if you Google, not Google, but if you go on YouTube and you type in Suboxone withdrawals, you will see a lot of stories of people that are struggling to get off of Suboxone.
Right. And those may
Yeah.
even help you, honestly, Scotty. Like I do that kind of stuff, like,
Hmm.
different ideas of like what I could replace that time frame with in the mornings. You know what I mean? Like I
Hmm.
said, the vitamins, Terrence, I think it was Terrence, he works out, or PPA. Um, yeah, PPA. I mean, he works out every morning. Um, and I do, honestly, Terrence, I believe people can be mentally strong.
Mm.
Um, I think like a lot of that has to be how you process things and how you perceive them. You're literally retraining your brain at that point, um, in order to become mentally strong, you know,
Mhm.
and it's not easy, but it is absolutely possible. I definitely think it's a thing. I think, I feel
I,
like for you to even say, do you think people can be mentally strong? I think, you're headed in that direction, or you're there, like you have realized what it is to be mentally strong, and that it takes a lot to retrain your brain,
yeah, you
um
could be mentally strong and physically weak, and vice versa.
yeah.
I
And
came back late. Is Scotty struggling to come off his Suboxone? Is that what's going on here?
yeah, like he's coming off his Suboxone, and he just wanted to know, like, like if you're feeling suicidal, is there a way that you can get help, without being admitted? So it's not like sitting on your record and it looks like, oh, like I went to the psych hospital kind of thing, or, or to a rehab. Um,
Yeah,
and there is, I mean, you literally, a lot of things come down to like doing research, realistically. And don't just believe the first thing that you see that pops up.
yeah,
Just for clarification. Because a lot of people do that. They're like, oh, this was, the first suggestion that was on there and this must work. But no, I mean, you look through everything, comments and testimonials about whatever the situation is, and um, see if something fits for you. What fits for me isn't going to fit for you. It
yeah.
may be something completely different, but there is outside therapy. Some people don't like that.
Mhm.
It's hard to open up to someone, and sometimes they're literally in your life for like 6 months to a year, and then they're like, oh, I got to get you a new therapist.
Mhm.
So it can be more traumatizing, really,
Yeah,
to have to. I'm researching so much, but everyone in Los Angeles is having. I believe it.
and I would
Jeff,
be
yes,
careful
please come
about
back
you.
next week because we will have this figured out. Me and Variety
Yeah,
will work on it this week.
yeah,
Because we would love to have you up. Absolutely.
yeah.
Um, let's see. My insurance is horrible. And you might, but so I can help you like look online, and I have a friend who she does that kind of stuff. So she looks through insurances, what kind of programs they offer, stuff like that. I mean, obviously, we're in Massachusetts, but um I believe she, can still access that type of information for you, like what certain things they offer for your type of insurance and what you would have to come out of pocket for, if even you'd have to. But she has also found loopholes, for people that they say, oh, you make too much, and you can only get this type of insurance, which you're paying more out of pocket. There is, Jackie. I don't know what the grants are called, but especially with COVID, there is so many grants. I will look some up too for you. But there are a lot of grants, and you have to look them up because they're not going to tell you about it. They don't care if you find it or not. That's money they're saving to use for something else. If you happen to stumble upon it, it's like, um, of course it's going to be utilized, but they do that on purpose, you know. They'll
Yep.
let you use the grants, absolutely, but they won't tell you about it. It's like when you're in, you know, you have DCF and they're like, they won't tell you they can help you find an apartment or, you know, have all these resources for you, help you with Christmas or nothing, you know.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, I don't know about that." Like, "No, you do. You do that. I know you do." You know? Um,
Yeah.
it makes it easier for them is all they're concerned with,
The
unfortunately.
government sends $400 billion to Iraq, but fails to take care of its own citizens. You know, it's crazy. Like
Yep,
90% of people qualify for food stamps, and most don't even know it. You know,
right.
they think they
Yep,
make too much. If you're single and you make under 1,200 a month, you qualify. If you have
right.
one child, that number goes up to you can make like 2,400 a month, and you still qualify.
Right.
You know, so a lot of people don't realize that, something as simple
And
as food stamps they qualify for.
right. And I mean, like you said, they think they don't qualify, so it psychs them out of applying, you know?
Hmm.
I mean, like I tell people all the time, like, you don't know if you make too much. What's the worst that's going to happen if you apply and they say no? Like, they say no, period. Fine, cool,
Yeah,
whatever. Worse off than you were. However, it's not going to hurt you to try because what happens if you do qualify, you know?
yeah, yep,
Um, it's insane, how much we mentally push ourselves out of doing stuff. Like we psych ourselves out, you know. Um,
absolutely.
hey Spanky,
And you
and
can do that over the computer
so
or the phone.
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
They
that you
have
don't have to go down there.
they have a website you can use, which makes it a hell of a lot easier. Spanky, I
Hmm.
haven't been watching the news. My kids literally I'm watching cartoons 24/7. But so what is going on in Iowa?
Yeah,
Forget about and Iraq. I don't even know. I'm terrible, you guys. I'm so sorry.
I'm speaking of when the U.S. sent on a plane that crate of money.
Yep.
I don't know how many years back, but they made that public to us, and sent it over to Iraq or Iran, one of the two. But
Yeah. Huh.
yeah, what's going on in Iowa?
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell? My mom was telling me something about on the news from the other day. It was, just a truck, I guess, rolled over on a highway or whatever, but the whole road was blocked off. And I'm like, where? Like, what? When was that? She was like, you used to literally get up in the morning and watch the news
Yeah,
before you'd wake the kids up. I'm like, yeah, well, now I'm up at 4:45 a.m. and so is Chase and so is She's like, I don't
trucks
have time
roll
to watch the
over
news.
somewhere, every day.
Yeah. I have the app. I just still don't check it. It's like I get so busy. I'm, cleaning and stuff, and I could put it on and clean and listen, but it's like I don't know. I guess I just don't think about it. And so when people bring up something, I'm like, I don't know. Sorry,
Yeah, yeah,
but it is so weird.
absolutely.
I'm literally keep hearing a knocking in my house, guys, and I have no idea what it is. The cat is in the box asleep, so it's not her. But I'm like, I
Yeah,
don't know, something's tilting.
it's a noise and a cat's sleeping. Wow, that's
Yeah, it
normally they're
just
right
sounds.
on top of it.
Yeah, it just sounds like. I mean, she'll raise her head up when it starts knocking, but she's asleep in the box. I can see her right now, but
Yeah,
it just sounds like I thought somebody was knocking at my door lightly at first, but I mean, it sounds kind of like it's. I don't know. I'm like,
Well,
well, my house is making weird ass noises, guys.
you're probably thawing out a little bit from the cold snap you guys had. It might be ice like melting on the roof or something.
I mean, yeah, it could be because it.
You
I mean,
know,
it sounds like sometimes when I think an electric stove heats up and it just sounds like that's what it
yeah,
sounds like, but it sounds like a light knocking. Like I'm like, what the?
yeah, Jackie. The news does suck. That's for sure. It's always depressing stuff.
Um,
You know,
right.
and I was thinking the other day, this was a subject I wanted to bring up about female preds because we don't hear about female preds like we do, male preds. The majority of preds we see are guys, right?
You're welcome,
Um,
Scotty. I'm on Instagram too, honey. If you need help looking anything up, look for me or Variety on Instagram. I'll type my thing in chat for you. Just so you know what I mean? So you'll know, like, if you need help searching something up, you know, feel free to message me and I'll help. I don't have a problem with helping.
I
That's
used to live by that house, the Amityville, because I lived on Long Island most of my life. So I've been to that house, the Amityville Horror House,
Did you
at
really?
night. Yeah, I went there at night. It was pretty freaky. You know?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I lived
Oh,
about 30 minutes from there. Yep.
oh, okay. Hold on. Just a Cup must have been listening because he said, check the survivor resources. We added a list of the best online therapy for 2022 in there. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that Discord notification came across my screen as well. Yep. Yep. They're always listening.
Yes, they're
Somewhere.
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
They are literally amazing, them too. I'm always saying that too because I'm like, I just can't. Like, I genuinely love and adore Emily. She's awesome. And Cup went out of his way. I forget what server I had. Oh, I think it was Hope's Discord. I was trying to do something in it and I couldn't figure it out because I just started Discord. And I'm like, well, I have no idea how to do this. Of course, he's like, oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm like, can you please help me?
Yep.
I was like, I'm friggin' just not good with electronics, no, any kind of technology. Forget about it. Forget about it. I can search something up in half a second and find it for you. But you asked me to do something on it. I'm like, no. I'm sorry, can I help you? Let's see.
Yeah, I put my IG in the chat as well.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm. With the disclaimer, no, that's not my real name. For anybody in the bushes that wants to like try to be a troll or something. But we appreciate all the good people that are here. Don't get me wrong. You know.
Jeff, okay. If I can say one thing is that has helped me through my childhood trauma was a simple verse. You are worthy. Oh, I like that. You are worthy of that. It's good. I like that, Jeff.
Yeah.
I definitely do. So when I was in my recovery house, it was a residential treatment. They give you angels when you graduate, an angel that reminds them of you. It was something like they have to specially order or whatever. But so they gave me the Serenity angel. And she's like, because every time I come near you, you are literally saying the Serenity prayer. As soon as you are stressed out, I notice you take a deep breath and say the Serenity prayer. And I'm like, I just feel like it calms me. So that has been a thing I do every time when I'm in an overwhelming situation, which is 80% of my day. I just, I think of certain quotes that I like, which I will get some together for next week so I can tell you guys because I think that would be cool. But I take a step back and just take a breath. I close my eyes and I am saying, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. It does help sometimes too to get you through some stuff. Oh, Scotty, I'm glad, honey.
Yeah. The saying that money isn't everything is very true. Yes, money is nice and you can't pay your bills without money, but when you have money and you're good financially, money cannot buy you happiness and it cannot buy you your health. So it's it's far from being everything. So for many years I used to say to myself, wow, if I just had money, everything would be good.
Right.
And it's not the case. It's not the case at all because, everything you can have material wise, you get tired of it after a while.
Yeah.
And those two things, your happiness and health,
Yeah.
money ain't gonna
I mean,
buy that for you.
no, and I say that too. It's like, yes, my bills would be paid and, rent would be paid. My kids would never want for anything. Like, they don't need for anything. I always make sure that's situated. But, they're friggin' 6 and 7. They want literally everything. But,
Hmm.
I would have, so they would have more than they have. But it's like, so yeah, I'd be comfortable, but emotionally, it doesn't fill the void. Like, you know what I mean? Um, it's not gonna take any type of pain away. I feel like if anything, sometimes it can add to it because then you got, random greedy people who never been in your life and they're like, now they want to be your friend. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, you got money, huh? Like, let me borrow like a couple grand or something. And it can absolutely cause more issues than help you for
Yep.
sure. And
Absolutely.
oh yeah, like uh, female predators are the worst. I 100% believe that. I say it all the time. And you know why? Because we go by intuition, like, and we're calculated. Like, we literally will think about how things will work out. A lot of females are overthinkers. So I feel like they may talk to, kids and whatever, but then they'll turn around and probably not show up, will bail, or, even if they get a gut feeling in the beginning, like, oh, this isn't real, and they're like, nope, I'm not going to talk anymore, even though they would if they, had a feeling it was a real kid. I feel like women they take that step back and they think about it more than a man does. Most guys are not thinking in their head, they don't think with the big head, they think with the little one, you know?
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, so it's like it's easier to get guys, to be honest.
Well, there's two types. There's like, because of the one that Alex caught recently, there's the type that hides behind a man to try to get to a child.
Yep.
And the most common one we hear of is teachers sleeping with their students,
Yep.
you know. Um, and I
Yep.
won't lie, I was, in the ninth, 10th grade and wished my fourth period English teacher would have put out.
Yep.
Every kid did,
Yep.
but um, it's a crime. So
It is.
the teachers are the main ones that we hear about. And for a while there, we were hearing about a female teacher sleeping with a student like on a weekly basis.
Oh yeah. I mean,
You
there's
know.
stories of teachers getting pregnant by their eighth, seventh, or eighth grade students, like having full on relationships. To me, it's disgusting. I mean, I don't understand. Like, I have told this to Jay for the last 2 years. I would love, literally love, to sit down and have a real, like an actual real, full on open conversation with a pedo, like big time. I want to understand what what is even going on in your head that makes you think it's okay. Like, what if it was somebody else doing it to your child?
Mhm.
you know and it's some of them have been through it themselves, yet they're out there doing it to other kids. Like, you would think, because we've been through it, we would not want to repeat the cycle you know
Yeah.
um
Hmm.
I feel like there is only a select few of us who genuinely think that way, that you're just continuing it, you're making this become a thing because now you're like, oh well, I had it done to me, like, I'm gonna do it to someone else. Like,
Yeah.
what the crap? Why would you even think that? Yeah, exactly. They do. They completely lack common sense. They don't.
Yeah.
They
They are,
don't think,
Terrence. They're more careful. Yep.
right. I mean, I
Oh,
genuinely think they feel like they don't have to.
yeah.
You know. Um, I feel like those types of people, like, they think things are owed to them. And you can tell by some of their attitudes. you
Hmm.
know. Um, And it's like, no, nobody owes you anything except for, if you've been abused, then your abuser owes you something, you know? Um,
Yep.
I, I mean, honestly, PPA, I would absolutely love it. Like, Jay keeps saying, well, I just want to make sure you'd have restraint because I feel like I know you would get really angry. But I'm like, even if I get angry, I'm not stupid enough to like get physical, you know. Um, and I don't care. I'll fight a guy. I don't give a shit. I've done it before. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna get the information I want. Like, and I'm curious. I would like to pick their brain. I want to know what the hell makes them tick, you know.
Absolutely. We all would, yeah.
Because it's like I mean, realistically, if we could figure that out, I genuinely think we can do more to kind of put a stop to it, you know, or get them better help or whatever. Pablo was a freaking hero. That's
Mm,
he was,
yeah.
oh my God, was he amazing. I was in tears, and when Alex and Pablo made the dad go outside to talk to him, and Alex started talking to him, it's like, I'm glad there's, you know, confronting him, you know, head on, like just being blunt about it. You need to clean your house, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I immediately was like so happy to see Pablo. I mean, he never gets aggressive, he never gets angry. He's always very calm. He laughs a lot of things off. Um, but that really pissed him off, you know. And I'm thankful that it did because I think that dad needed to hear how angry people are that he is letting his son live like that. Like
But
cockroaches on
CPS
the
did,
bed, bro.
yeah, he was, I had left because that was like a 4 hour stream,
Yeah.
total. So I had left and then came back like right at that time. And Pablo was like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
He was pissed, you know.
Yeah.
And that was beautiful what they all did, going to Walmart and you know, for Alex, Nate,
Yep.
Pablo, who else was there? CC Unit,
Yep.
all of them, just great people, you know.
Yep. Yeah, they absolutely great group of guys. I told Alex when I texted him because I'm the one who texted him the list. So I was like, I know I'm probably being a pain in the ass because I'm texting your cell phone instead of typing it in stream, but I need you to see this. Like, you know, and I'm listing off like the bed in a bag so we could get, you know, the pillowcases, fitted sheet, flat sheet, and comforter thing, you know, just get a set, you know.
Mhm.
To save you time when you're in Walmart too. You're not out running around looking for each individual thing. But it's like the fact that, you know, people say so many negative things about Alex, but like, let's be honest, at the end of the day, he literally did what needed to be done. You know, he knew that kid needed someone in his life that gave a shit.
Yeah,
Like mom
absolutely.
obviously didn't, dad obviously didn't.
Yeah,
Um, for Pablo to almost throw up going into the bathroom, I was freaking really pissed off. I'm
yeah,
like,
that
that's,
house was bad.
yeah.
It was really
Like,
bad.
how's your kid go to the bathroom? Like, what the hell? And you let him live this way. Like, the kid's sleeping on a mattress, a dirty, grimy mattress at that, with cockroaches on it, you know? It made me feel so whole that the kid literally hugged Pablo and was just like, thank you. Like, you know, and Alex told him, don't give your dad these gift cards. These are for you. He's like, oh, no, I'm using these on my Minecraft. He ain't getting them. Like,
Right?
tell him. Those are
Yeah,
yours. You earned that shit, you
yeah.
know? Um, but yeah, it was very upsetting for the father to be like, well, you don't understand. You know, it's hard to deal with him because of his friggin' autism. Like, what the fuck's that got to do with cleaning the house, bro? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean?
Yep.
Um, at the end of the day, the kid is, you know, whether he's 13 to 15, but he's, you know, he's lived a long time in that type of environment that I genuinely think he thinks that's normal,
Yeah.
you know, which is probably why he hasn't spoke up, you know, and said anything because this is how he's grown up. He's used to this.
Yeah.
Um, that broke my heart. Um,
Didn't CPS finally make a trip over there? I heard somebody
yeah, the
went
kid
over there.
got removed finally.
Wow.
Um, but that was disgusting.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then the wife was like complaining about like her body's in bad shape. That's why she's not able to
Right.
clean the house or some shit. That's what I heard,
I'm like, yeah, Alex said that. I said, Alex, I don't like, I have degenerative disc disease. I have cancerous cells in my spine. Um, I have tumors in my knee, yet I get up every goddamn day, every single day, and I make sure my kids are fully taken care of. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I cook for them. I clean for them. If they need me to cuddle with them because they had a bad dream, that's what I'm getting up and doing. No matter how tired I am, no matter how much my body aches, like you do what you need to do for your kids. If you know what I'm saying? Like you chose to have these kids. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? So it's like that you should be fighting for them. You should be wanting more for them, you know?
Absolutely
So,
true. Very true. It's situational around, and there's it's to say, but there's just kids in even worse
yeah.
conditions than that.
Yep.
That we don't hear about.
Yep.
You know.
I watched like this podcast on YouTube from DJ Just Jay, and it's called the AFC podcast, Advocates for Children. And he does like, probably like a 4 hour, 3 hour stream, I think once a week, with like the crazy stories from every state, because he's trying to speak up for the kids, trying to, show that these kids deserve better, like, um, and like he says in his podcast, he's like, all these people want GoFundMe's to help pay for these kids' funerals, and I think it's pretty freaking raunchy. You didn't invest in their lives when they were here, you know? Um, get them life insurance, so they have something when they grow up. Or it could help you pay for the funeral if God forbid something happened. Yet, you're out there begging for money and doing GoFundMe's because you can't afford a funeral. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, some people it sucks and it's hard, but I feel like those people can literally, yeah, I'm not saying GoFundMe's are bad because they're not. They're great. It's a great resource for the proper people and for the proper reasons. Um, but like when there's certain parents who maybe abuse their kids, we talked about a kid, the daughter was autistic. I think she was 14, and the mom would not let her out of the house. I can't remember what state this was in, but it broke me. She was autistic and the mom couldn't deal with her. So she said because she kept trying to leave the house, she'd put her in a dog cage and leave her in a dog cage on the porch. And
Mm.
it's like, I just, that alone, I'm like, I can't. But like when they showed the video of the outside of the house alone, I'm like, why was CPS not there? And then the inside of the house, boxes, I mean, like a hoarder's house. The cops couldn't barely get through. They had to go through the fence on the side of the house to get to the backyard, to get inside. It was that bad. The steps
Mm.
were ripped off from the door in the front. I mean, it was terrible. Um, but it's like I don't understand how all these people see all these things and don't say shit. You
Mm.
know? And I'm always telling him, his saying that he says all the time, if you see something, say something, you might save a life. I mean, a lot of people really need to think about that because, you know, at the end of the day, these kids aren't going to be saved that are being put in these terrible conditions if everybody is afraid to speak up, you know? It might
Mhm.
not be your family, it might not even be somebody you know, but, you know, how are you going to feel at night if you hear that that kid was on the news and you chose not to speak up?
True. Yep.
Like I wondered that about the kid from Alex's catch. Like, how did the school not notice? Like, the dad's socks were like black on the top.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it was
Disgusting.
nasty.
So I'm like, I wonder what this kid literally looks like going to school. Does he go to school? You know what I mean? Like, does he homeschool? I don't know, but like,
Mhm.
how do people not see it? That this kid has had to live this way for his entire life, you know?
Mhm. Welcome, Brenda. How are you today, Brenda?
Hi,
Hope you're
Brenda.
doing good.
Let's see, Jules and I were texting during. Oh, I know. Yeah, that it was terrible. I don't think he did either, Terrence. I think honestly, the parents knew they'd get caught up. He probably was enrolled in a homeschooling thing and never did stuff, you know.
Mhm.
Um, I just seen a way that like a lot of parents were doing that, signing their kids up for homeschooling and never having them do the stuff. They just, I guess you could pick courses. I don't know how homeschooling goes. I have no idea. But like when you sign up to teach your child at home, there are certain courses and things you choose. So to me, it sounds like you get to choose how easy it is or how hard it is. you know, um,
Absolutely. Yep.
it's like nobody's making these people accountable like at all. Like that. Alex and Pablo needed to do that, and I am just so freaking proud of them. Like beyond proud of them. And Alex for making sure he put the food away and reminded the kid, don't, this is yours, don't let your dad eat this,
Yeah. Meanwhile, the dad probably did snack on some of those Lunchables. I'm sure he did.
I bet he did too.
Yeah.
Cause like, I mean, he's spending all his money on his meth, so it's just shitty,
Like we
sad.
want to get the laws changed, right? We want to get because there's a lot of places that won't even prosecute, but we want to take a step before that and get the arrest on the spot.
Right.
In every area, if the evidence is there, like all catchers usually have, you know,
Hmm.
the full intent and the luring of a minor over electronic means,
Yep.
slash lewd and lascivious behavior of sending pictures, they should all arrest on the spot. Forget about the prosecution part of it. That should be a given, but we need to
Yep.
get every place to arrest on the spot.
Right.
You know.
So Jackie, I don't remember if Alex said, um, and it was a CPS, I think, yeah. But anyways, I don't know if he said that they actually came that night or if it was first thing in the morning. But either way, the kid was absolutely removed from the situation. Um, which thank freaking God. Like I'm just so glad Alex made that call. And left them the voicemail too. Can somebody get that bot out of here? I don't know if I can do it. Oh, yep. Okay. Block user. Okay. Um, but okay, it was that night. All right, good. Right, Jeff? Like that was insane. I mean, I'm even crying talking about it. But it broke my heart. And I mean, Alex and Pablo and Ghost and Nate. I mean, they're all heroes for that. 100%. Like that is absolutely what these catchers are here for, is to protect the children.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you walk into a place and you see that crap happening, you need to do exactly what the hell Alex did. And yeah, I know people don't always have the money to go and buy the kids stuff and make sure they're situated just in case they're stuck for the night kind of thing, but do something, anything. If you can't afford to go buy them shit, stay there, sit on the phone until somebody comes there and gets that freaking child,
Yeah.
you know? But like I told Alex, at least y'all went to Walmart and made sure he was situated just in case they didn't come that night. I mean, he couldn't do more than he did. And I mean, in my eyes, he did more than most would do,
Yeah.
you
If
know?
you see something, say something. Like they were saying
Yep.
about like when all that terroristic stuff was happening. If you see something, say something. That
Yep.
applies to this as well.
Yep.
Because you could save somebody's life. Um, like PCI was talking. Did you see their? Well, it was Eric went on a catch at like 1 a.m. Eastern time by himself. Some trucker that he met up with, and somebody had made a comment in the chat of, not only these preds abusing kids, but what, how many of them could actually hurt and possibly kill a child,
Right.
So
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, we have no idea, what their intentions are, or what could have happened. You don't know.
mhm.
And it sucks. It really sucks. But I mean, even though they looked freaking hilarious in Walmart, I absolutely loved it. Like, that was the most heartwarming thing I have seen in a long time. I had like instant, gratification. I just felt a lot of relief. Like, like, thank you, for not just letting it go.
Mhm.
You know.
And Nate was like, when we get back to my apartment, everybody must take a shower and get out of your clothes that you're in, because that's
He's
how
like,
nasty
don't
that
sit on
house
my
was.
furniture with those clothes. You probably got cockroaches climbing all over you.
Yeah, bed bugs.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
crazy.
they probably did. I mean, that
Mhm.
was pretty freaking disgusting, honestly.
Yeah.
I would not have wanted to sit down in that. Ugh, like, props to Alex
Yeah.
for sitting there and dealing with it. Oh, Becky, that's me typing as PP Mass Extra, honey. It's Julie.
Yeah. Hey, Becky, how are you?
Jay
I
is
know you said you couldn't stay, but
out trying to get his catch right now, but the PP Mass Extra channel was I set it up. I thought so. Jay and Danny Dab's Diary tricked me on their way back from South Carolina one time and told me Jay needed an extra channel in case like his other channel got taken down. So they're like, can you make a new channel, like a backup channel? I don't care what you name it. So I'm like, oh, how about PP Mass Extra? And I'm like, because I can't think of anything right now. So Danny's
yeah.
like, yeah, it's great, that's good, whatever. So finally I get done. I had to like make a whole new email, everything, to make an entire new channel. I'm like, I
Mhm.
don't even understand why trolls troll, because that was a freaking process and it took me a couple hours because I'm terrible with technology. But I was like, I'll never do this again. Don't ask me no more. So, but I finally like called Danny's phone. I'm like, the channel's done. And he's like, okay, good. He's like, that's yours. I'm like, my what now? And Jay's like, well, you've been talking about it for like 2 years, wanting to interview survivors and help survivors. He's like, people just feel drawn to talking to you. He's like, you need a channel. And he's like, I feel like having a spin-off from my channel, like, it would just be good. It'd be like seeing two sides of the story, So
Absolutely.
yeah, so I was like, well, I mean, he went live on this a few times to, kind of get the watch hours up and stuff, so we could do all the crap that we need to do with it.
Yeah. You'll get that in no time with these streams as well, which will be nice.
Right.
I mean, you got the subs, so we'll definitely be working on that pretty quickly.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's
it
just,
did help.
it's just like you could go on here by yourself, like on my channel when I do my solo streams. That's one thing, but it's always nice when you have somebody else to come up with you
Right.
and talk about things. So, and I
Yep.
got no problem doing that. So, it's a
Yep.
good fit.
It is. It is. Me and Jay were talking about it. I think it was yesterday. Um, He was like, I really got to tell Variety, thanks for helping you do this, because he's like, I think that's exactly what the channel needs. And I said, yeah, because like he said, it's, you're getting a male's perspective, from it also. So people, other guys know it happens to men. It's not just women that go through this, and it's okay to speak on it.
Yep.
I feel like, guys are genuinely afraid to speak up because they think, oh my God, like maybe it's embarrassing. I don't know what it is, but I've heard a couple of guys that have been through it that said they're afraid because they think it's embarrassing. They're a guy. They should be able to overpower, the other person, whether it's a male or a female. But but it's like you literally cannot force yourself to believe that you're able to protect yourself 100%. Which is why, like I said, the fear, you freeze because you're in so much fear. Your body just shuts down. It's like,
Mhm.
you ever have like those nightmares at night where it feels so real, like say Freddy Krueger's chasing you, you think you're screaming, you are not screaming, you can't scream,
Yep.
and you swear you could feel them like grabbing you. And but it's like you wake up and your body's fully paralyzed, like can't freaking move, like actually frozen.
Yeah.
It's from the fear. It is literally you have scared yourself stiff, really.
Yeah, I've
um
been there on a few occasions where I woke up and I was out of breath and like sweating like I was just in like a 10-round boxing match or something,
yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. Thank God it wasn't real, but shit, it seemed real when it was
Yep.
taking place.
And because I know like a couple of times I've had nightmares about like my abuser and stuff, and huh, waking up and feeling like that is like, what the hell did I just literally did I just have to relive this shit,
Hmm.
it's unfortunate, but I woke up paralyzed that day also, um yeah, exactly, Jackie. I mean, and that's the thing, like they feel like they should have been able to overpower them, and it's not a matter of they're not weak. That has nothing to do with it. It's not weak. It's your mental status and emotional. Like you are frozen in fear. It happens to literally anybody. It doesn't matter if you're, male or female.
Hmm.
You can't you cannot sit there and tell yourself like, oh, I should have did this, I should have did that. I know you're gonna, but like, let me just clarify for you, it's not gonna help you. You did nothing wrong. um and you did exactly what you should have did. um it is super hard to believe that you know that this could have been fixed by you just kind of pushing somebody off, because that's
Yep,
not how it works. you know
that's
um
very true.
I feel like at the end of the day, no matter male or female, you being frozen with fear is more strong than you being able to genuinely push these people off of you, you know? Um,
Hmm.
and there's like no discrimination. I mean, women do it to men all the time. We just don't hear about it. We're literally always talking about how men do it to females, but it's like, do they really not feel like it's appropriate to speak on the men's behalf? Like, I
That's
don't know.
true.
So I definitely think it's great to have, a guy up here, a survivor, to help say it's okay. It You're not alone in feeling like that, and you did nothing wrong. If
Yeah,
nobody else will believe you, you have people here who will believe you. You have people here who will support you, and who genuinely give a shit and want to help you heal. Just gotta kind of convince yourself that we can do that, that you're willing to let us do that, and you know
yeah. And I'll put my IG in the chat again when I get done making my quick bite to eat that I'm about to make. Because if I don't eat something, I'll get a headache for the rest of the day.
right.
So that's why I canned down for a second. Yeah.
Gonna say I should put mine in again too.
Yeah.
Um,
Let me put this on. Let me put my thing on mute for a second.
sure.
But I'm still here. I'll be right back. I'm still here though.
Okay, honey. I'm gonna take you guys outside with me to wait for the bus. How are you doing today, Brenda? You're right, Jackie. I mean, real men don't hit at all. You know, I think it kind of makes them stronger. You know, to me, I definitely see that as being stronger because that takes a lot of strength. If you're being put in that position and you ain't hitting back, you got some pretty good, self control. Because at no point is it okay to hit a woman. But I'll tell you what, if I was a dude, I know I wouldn't be hitting women, like that. But if it was before I was frozen in fear and I thought I could, I would absolutely punch a woman in the face. It's like, I understand, like my brothers, I have 5 brothers and they have, oh, you're so welcome, Terrence. They all have obviously been raised to never put their hands on a female. And they won't. Like one of my brothers has gone through so much with his ex. I mean, she's bit his tongue, almost gotten him in an accident, like punching him while he's driving, causing scenes outside, and like she's like attacking him, like full on attacking him, and like people are seeing it and he just stands there. So then she starts yelling ow or whatever, and the cops get to the point that they're like, I mean, you should probably just move out, like get a restraining order. But he's like, I can't do that to her. I'm like, dude, if it was me and I was at that point, this bitch been hitting on me for a long time, like bites my whole ass tongue. I'm sorry, but you're getting punched in the face. I don't know. It's just like I'm definitely glad that, they are that mentally strong to not do it. I clearly still have shit to work on if I think, punching a woman in the face at that point is a thing. But I am just glad and, proud of the guys who have that willpower to do that, to unfortunately go through that shit and not put their hands on them or, even shoving them or anything, so it is definitely tough. Our community needs to. You're right, Brenda. It has been on my mind for 2 years. We needed it, absolutely.
Did you say biting your whole ass tongue?
Yeah, dude.
Who bit you?
Not my tongue, my brother, like,
Oh.
yeah, they were arguing and she was literally upset. Because he was like done with the drinking. He wanted to leave the bar and, go home.
Yeah.
She was not very happy about that. So, of course, she had an attitude or whatever. But on the way home, they're in the car and she's yelling and screaming. And then she was like, I'm sorry. He accepted her apology. Thought she was being dead ass serious. And she legit fucking was like, let me get a kiss, an apology kiss or whatever. And she bit his freaking tongue, bro. The whole freaking tip of his tongue, like it was bleeding. I mean, he was gushing blood. The cop said when he got to the scene, because he ended up actually hitting something. Because I mean, you're going through that, but
damn.
The cop was like, I cannot believe that she did that, and he's like, I think we need to like call and have it looked at, and he's like, no, I'm all right. He's like, I just want to get home. He's like, I'm done with fighting and arguing. And he's like, yeah, you really may need to like get away from like.
Yeah, you got kinky and then you got that next level right there. That's something else, That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm like,
Mm.
bro, never in a million years. But
Your signal's fading a little bit. I'll talk in the meantime if Jules cuts out because she went outside. But I just made a little bite to eat here so I don't get a headache. Having my oatmeal and a banana, which is usually my lunch every day, my one healthy meal of the day. Um, and then for dinner, I pretty much eat something that's not good for you, you know. So yeah, Jules looks frozen to me on this end. Let me look at the comments here. Did that user in here earlier get info from PNN? It's an instinct to want to protect your brothers because, yeah, that's true. All right, I guess Jules will be right back. He pressed charges against her, Jules. My vision, and start my life. Love's the place to share, learn, heal, and uplift. Yeah, Brenda, absolutely. That's true. And eventually, we'll have people come up and stuff. We're just trying to keep it going. Because we're most certainly not gonna give up whatsoever. We'll be here every week. Let me put my IG in the chat again. For any guys that want to hit me up. Jules is back. There you are.
yeah, I forgot to shut the Wi-Fi off because my Wi-Fi was off. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, my experience going. But yeah, nothing. He didn't press and my brother was like, I'll sleep on the couch or I'll even sleep in the car. Trying to be genuine to her. Like, you don't hurt shit. Nothing. But he's like, I just feel like a female needs, taken care of regardless. Like,
Yep.
damn. Yes, I am, Jackie. I'm outside. I actually brought out an extra pair of sweats. I have on jeans, and I figured if it's windy out there, I was gonna be shivering, and it is. Yeah, Terrence,
Yep.
I completely spaced on getting you back here. We should have did that, but if you want to come on with us next week, that'd be freaking amazing. We could have you and Jeff either at separate times but you guys will both get a chance to stuff. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Plus, I think it would be.
You're still coming through kind of like a robot voice, but we hear you. We'll be all right. You shouldn't be out there that long now, and I'll sit here and talk to you guys in the meantime while I eat, because we'll do an official ending when Jules gets back towards the house with
you.
service. Yeah, she's in the Northeast. It's definitely cold up there.
Cream on there. I don't know. Maybe we'll just get maybe we can get some people on here too to just see if maybe if it.
Technical difficulties. She'll be back. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. I'm looking forward to my basketball game tonight. My Chicago Bulls play. They've been playing like crap lately, so hopefully they I think they're playing Charlotte tonight. And then Sunday we got the Super Bowl. That'll be good.
Yep.
If you guys hear me chewing and ASMR, yeah, yeah, you're good, Jules. Take your time. Yeah. You're all right.
But I got the notification He has his live match. We probably have the same here. Probably Terrence here from, but it's like 40.
Yeah, PP missed live catch 1 minute ago. Let me turn it on my laptop. Right now it's just a black screen. He probably has the phone on his lap.
I love you too, Dragonfly. Yeah, I'm gonna get ready to get off, watch Jay's catch because he'll kick him up for being there. So,
All right, so we'll hang it
I
up here then.
appreciate every last one of you. Yeah, I
Yeah.
appreciate all of you guys for coming. And Eminem, I will absolutely message you. And maybe you can, write your stuff down for me to next week or something too. So we'll hear it out. But
Yep.
you guys all, thank you so much. Thank you
Yeah.
again for writing. My
Absolutely.
favorite
Thank you
ever.
everybody in the chat for coming. Yep. Appreciate everybody coming. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you next
All
week.
right,
And our IGs are in the chat.
you can go check out Jay's catch.
All right. We'll see you guys later.
All right. Thanks, guys. Love you.
Yep. Love you too. Bye.
Bye.